2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And a look behind the curtain here. Final preparation.
Kevin, thank you.
Indeed. Something special, David. Thanks. Now a look at Dallas's starting lineup. Hardaway and Porzingis in at the forward slots. Richardson is out there with Luka Doncic. And it's Marjanovic in at the 5 down low. And for the Clippers, Morris is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George. And it's Beverly in at the point. And Doncic throws it down.
Yeah, Josh Richardson is just not a scorer and defender, folks. He can pass it, too.
And it was interesting how the Dallas franchise sold its fans on Doncic. Ownership told them, think of a 6'7" Steve Nash. Isn't quite the shooter Steve was, but is only a teenager. Great vision, so he can really pass it. And it turns out Doncic is all of that and more. Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throw.
Now, here's George, and there's the pass to Beverly. Zubac with it. Leonard on the wing. Morris, left side. 6 on the shot clock. Beverly, the pass to Morris. A 3 from Leonard. Headshot off.
That is fantastic defense on one of the best three-point shooters in the league. Didn't give him an inch of room.
The 7'3" Latvian Porzingis is used to overcoming tough defense. Poise from the big man.
And even Nash himself called Doncic a dream prospect.
Yeah, it said Luka was big and mobile enough in the modern game, can guard multiple positions, has a skill set, a winning mentality, and those leadership qualities. Steve Nash sounding like a future GM.
Here's Doncic after the basket by Los Angeles. Marjanovic, no good.
Look at him, and he's a little hit and miss from there, even without a defender in his face. No guarantee.
George passes to Morris. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's on Luka Doncic.
Such a versatile offensive threat. Morris draws his fair share of foul.
And Morris drops them both. For Dallas, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Doncic dishes to Richardson. Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Goes back up. And the rejection by Zubac. And George, here we go. Porzingis with the steal. Richardson against Beverly. So it's Richardson with the jam.
Excellent court awareness from the big man there. Porzingis proving to be a reliable passer.
Beverly up top. Richardson covering. Outside Leonard. Porzingis with the block.
Tell you what, Porzingis showing great timing as the anchor of the defense there.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And Greg, Josh Richardson's a terrific ball handler out on the wing who can create for others.
Richardson gets a lot of assists per game at that wing position, not just looking to finish plays, but also to create for others. Very well-rounded threat on the offensive end, and that gives this team another dimension in terms of playmaking.
Mavericks leading by 5. To the middle. Here's Marjanovic. Dallas, no good that time either. And here's Beverly. He brings it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. And it's George finishing it off.
Yeah, I love the court awareness from Kawhi there. Dependable at getting it to his uncovered teammates.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Here's Cauley Stein. Lays it up off the glass.
Nice work inside by Cauley Stein. Great tools as a finisher.
Jackson looking around to the paint. Here's Cousins. The Mavericks pull it in. 1:06 left to play in the first quarter. Finney-Smith kicks to Cauley Stein. And the rejection by Cousins.
Cousins not one to be challenged there. Tenacious denial.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
And you know, guys, when your point guard is making explosive plays at the rim, I really do think it sets the tone for the rest of the team.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
The drive by Jackson. And there's the foul. It's on Jalen Brunson. That's his first foul. We've got 33 seconds left in the first. The Clippers shooting their 3rd free throw attempt of the game. And that one falls for DeMarcus Cousins.
And, you know, when Cousins is healthy now, this guy is a quality player. He's a big man that has a lot of versatility.
The drive by Jackson. High post to Ibaka. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Cousins. That's a no-go, and he's still looking for his first bucket after 2 shots.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Well, I don't think there's any question about it. They came focused and ready to play. I mean, they're doing everything they can to put things in their favor. You earn that, and they're actually earning it well right now.
And so it's Dallas, with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They've been playing some inspired defense, giving up very few easy points. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. Recently, we spoke
old school basketball, you know, and it's fun.
Well, pound for pound, Greg, Beverly may be the most physical player in the league.
And he also gets in your head. It's a combination that allows him to get stops against guys as big as Kevin Durant.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And a breakdown here, guys, the hustle stats for the Mets.
They've made the commitment to get out and run, and it's paid off with some highlight reel plays in transition.
The other thing that's helped them early tonight are the points they've been able to convert off turnovers.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the floor right now for the Mavericks, Jalen Brunson out there with J.J. Redick. Then it's Willie Cauley-Stein. Then there's Dwight Powell. And it's Finney Smith in at the 3. Cauley-Stein's shot is good. When you look at the balance of power between players and teams, Greg, does it feel like the players now have more say, more control than they used to?
No doubt. We're seeing more players demand trades, sign shorter contracts with opt-outs. And the irony of that is, in my era, our best players were fearful for the length of their contracts or the life expectancy of their careers, believe it or not. And these guys today, they understand their value. They know what they bring to the table, and they are utilizing that to the max.
And is that good, Greg, for the game?
I think so. I do think most guys want to win, and they understand that their legacies are going to be defined about whether or not they do.
And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. Tim Hardaway picks one up.
You know, one of the things Paul George, PG, has done is improve his ball handling, and as a result, defenders are nervous when he's handling the ball and getting up into a shot.
And both free throws good for Paul George.
Making it look effortless. Send this guy to the stripe, he's going to cash in more than not.
We're closing in on 2 minutes played here in the second quarter. Doncic passes to Porzingis. Back to Doncic. That 3 off the mark.
Tell you what, the defense was lucky there. I mean, leave him that open from range, he'll typically knock it down.
Zubac finds Beverly. Back to Zubac. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Leonard attacking. Pass to Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
Oh, Kevin, not a Petty, not a Manny, but a facial.
Oh, bounce to the ounce, Greg. Yeah, showing off the bunny.
He's a highlight reel, always on the launch pad.
Now, here's Doncic. Stolen by Beverly. And here we go. Fast break. Beverly's got it. And it's Leonard with the jam.
Beautiful job closing the gap here. Let's see if they can sustain this run.
This game was in danger of getting away from them. They've made a nice push to keep it close.
Doncic against Leonard. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Boy, what a brilliant find by Doncic.
And known as a tremendous shooter for his size, Porzingis wasn't quite as accurate last season, which surprised some people.
Yeah, and you know, Greg, some people would automatically assume that because Doncic attracts so much attention that Porzingis would get more wide open looks. But you got to remember, Porzingis missed a full season and was coming off an injury and needed to reacclimate himself to NBA gameplay. So that takes usually a season plus another season before you're all the way back.
Leonard with no one around. And again, it's the Clippers from deep.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Sometimes, for whatever reason, a lot of times you don't know why. It takes a little while to work the knots out, but it looks like they're putting it together right now.
And now the Clippers on the break. Here's George. And foul on the shot. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And Dallas going with a whole new group out there. And it's tied up with that one.
And, you know, the versatile George does so many things well. High-octane player who I think gives you intensity at both ends of the court.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Now here's Brunson. Outside, Redick. He dishes it to Powell. Outside for Redick. Clock at 6. Lets it go from deep. The offensive rebound. Cauley Stein. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
And with his vertical reach, you expect Cauley Stein to be a factor on the offensive glass.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And you know, you'll take what he can give you from the free throw line. Looking at his numbers, just really not one of his strengths. Shooting in the low 60s last season.
And guys, that was an element of his game that he could not get turned around. I mean, he was really in a funk, and it lasted all season.
Mavericks leading by 3. And here's Reddick. Pulls up on the wing. Pass to Cauley Stein. The shot, no good. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Kennard, the pass to Cousins. Here's Mann. Passes it to Cousins. And stolen by Cauley Stein. Always going up for the alley-oop here. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
You just throw it up there. Trill Will's going to take care of the rest.
It'll count. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly. Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, Dallas has the edge here at halftime. They have a 5-point lead. Kenny, what was your... And...
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. It's been one outstanding game from Willie Cauley Stein.
And he was an absolute monster on the offensive glass in that first half. I don't know how you slow him down.
And you know what, guys? I think it starts with having a body on him every time a shot goes up. I mean, they've got to do a better job boxing out.
Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's George in at the shooting guard position. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Tipped away and stolen by Richardson. And it's the Mavericks on the break. Stolen by Beverley. And George, here we go. Yep, that one goes in there. George has got 13.
Yeah, excellent determination there from George. This wasn't going to be denied. Fighting off the physical contact and nailing the shot over good defense.
Dallas keeping it alive. A fresh 14. Down low. Here's Porzingis. Yes, and it's Hardaway picking up the assist. 8 points for him.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
And even under pressure in close, I think they've still done a good job maintaining concentration and converting the opportunities.
And here we go. The Mavericks on a fast break. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Richardson getting points in transition. Easy buckets thanks to his hustle after the steal. And that's how you take advantage of the turnover.
Now here's Beverley. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. In the corner, George with it. 6 to shoot. Takes the 3. But they get it back. Porzingis with the rebound. Mavericks leading by 7. Outside Hardaway. And here's Porzingis for a 3. And there's Hardaway. That's good on the assist by Porzingis. Hardaway has got his first bucket of the night. I know you grew up with aspirations of someday getting into politics. Any current players who you could see maybe taking that same route?
No doubt. There's several guys in today's game. Harrison Barnes has the polish, and I know he's had some thoughts that maybe going in that direction. teammates nicknamed Malcolm Brogdon the president for his stately demeanor and commitment to affecting change. I absolutely see him trying to have an impact socially moving forward. There's several guys, again, who not only have the voice, but the courage to speak out about things that matter most to them.
Many sharp guys in the NBA.
One of the great athletes in the league, and there are a bunch of them, but he's at the top of the list. Ferocity on that throwdown from Paul George.
Runs in the pass to Redick. And the pass to Finney-Smith. And they immediately answer back with the dunk at the other end.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones.
Hey, they've got a nice, comfortable lead here, fellas. Might as well keep it simple. Do it a plain, simple one-hander, just like pound cake.
And here is Los Angeles now, following the score by Dallas. Leonard, no luck.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
And a five-star recruit coming out of high school. Powell had an excellent college career, yet he fell to the second round of the draft. Didn't even hear his name called as he was selected during a commercial break.
Now here's Redick. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Inside. Plenty of space. Count it. Good. Redick's got the lead up to 11 now for Dallas.
And Redick drains these shots constantly. I mean, senses and feels the separation and then capitalizes on it.
Lobs it up for Ibaka. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. From deep. And J.J. Redick good for three. Redick's got 5 points in the quarter.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Jackson has the open look. Los Angeles with another miss.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
And you know Jackson can just fly. I mean, that athleticism and energy is off the charts.
Finney-Smith kicks to Redick. This is to Cauley-Stein. Outside for Redick. The tray. Another three for Dallas.
It's the main strength in Redick's game. His three-point shot. Lethal. This guy is a laser.
Got it up. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And so it's Dallas. Feeling good about their 17-point lead heading into the break. And they've created a bunch of turnovers with that terrific D. And we'll be back with you shortly. And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. On the floor for Dallas starting the fourth quarter here. Hardaway and Porzingis in at the forward slots. Doncic out there with Josh Richardson. And it's Cauley-Stein in at the 5. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Mavericks. From deep three-point range, DeMarcus Cousins comes up with the rebound.
You know, even though they're on top in this one, you'd like him to be better out there because he's capable of being better. It sure would make things a lot easier, too.
Now, here's Richardson, Porzingis, and the dunk by Porzingis.
Porzingis doing a nice job using his mobility and size to bully the defense there.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
Jackson against Doncic. And denied. He sends it right off the glass.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
Hardaway with a wide open look. No good on the three.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Now, here's Doncic. to the paint. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Man, I like how close Porzingis gets to the rim. I mean, he knows when he's this deep, the defense really has no chance to keep him from dunking it.
Here's George. And it's Paul George with the finish.
Yeah, you know, George really enjoys being in the air. I mean, this guy has great body control and bounce, and his slams at times can be absolutely sick.
Now, here's Doncic. Richardson, that's a two-pointer. And Dallas again with the bucket.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
George with no one around. Sinks the triple. George has got 9 points here in the second half.
And, you know, once George gets on the roll, he's just absolutely relentless, showing you how dominant he can be when he gets hot.
For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Richardson outside. From deep. It's rebounded by Leonard.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
You know, guys, I think he's got confidence to shoot it from anywhere, but he could have gotten a better one than that.
You got to love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And, you know, you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
Good on the shot.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
And, you know, until that final buzzer sounds, I mean, you've got to treat every possession like it's crucial.
Now, here's Beverly. In the corner, George with it. Beverly finds George. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Mavericks.
Well, their passing has been picturesque, a thing of beauty in both halves. More than a few of their baskets have come off assists.
And also, their second chance points have been a story all night as well. That's just pure effort and hustle.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Marjanovic comes in for Cauley Stein. And Dorian Finney-Smith subbed in for Tim Hardaway Jr. Now, here's Marjanovic. No good that time.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for the Mavericks.
They had a fantastic play from the bench.
This team has great depth, and they showed it in this game.
And, you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Porzingis.
You can't look back at too many major moments in this game and not see his imprint put all over it.
And then George with the jam.
I tell you, George is an amazing athlete. He's got great speed, and when he's in the open court running the break, that's a scary look for the defense.
Now, here's Doncic. Finney-Smith kicks to Doncic. Down low. Here's Porzingis. Launches a three. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. George up top. Guarded by Doncic. Out to Morris. Outside, George. From downtown, here's Morris. It's hauled in by Richardson. And there's the 8-second call as they can't get it across half court in time. Six seconds left to play in the final quarter. Zubac finds George. Good on the bucket.
And this is one of George's main strengths, a phenomenal mid-range score.
So we see the Mavericks taking the win here. All right, David, thank you. And that about wraps it up for Here are the 5 for the Clippers. We've got Kawhi Leonard. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then it's Marcus Morris, and it's Zubats in at the 5. And for Portland, Jones is out there with Robert Covington. Then there's Norman Powell. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic, and it's Lillard in at the 1. Now, here's Lillard. To the inside. Poked away. Stolen by Beverley. Outside, George. No good on the shot. And it's Portland the other way. And now Portland on the break. Jones is running. He feeds it to Covington. Stolen by Beverley. Outside Leonard. Pass to Beverley. Terrific, talented backcourts tonight, Greg. Did it ever add anything for you playing across another top-level guard?
Listen, it raises the stakes, no doubt about it. You always want the opportunity to play against the best because you want to see where you stand. But in the end, even when you know a guy's better than you, and you're going to have that be the case a lot of nights, you still know that you will have an ability to impact the outcome when it comes to winning. And that's where you have to keep your focus.
George with the bucket.
Well, the 3-ball has become one of the best attributes that Paul George brings to the table. Great form, great touch.
Lillard outside. And the shot goes in.
Well, the versatility he possesses makes him a very tough cover, guys.
Now Beverley. Just about 2 minutes into the game, first quarter of basketball. Good D by Covington.
Well, we love his ability to attack the rim. He just loses a little bit of focus and misses the chippy.
To the middle. Leonard against Lillard. And Leonard gets it to go.
This is a small forward who, because he's 230 pounds, can hold his own down in the low post. That is nicely done.
It's Powell on the wing. From deep. That shot, no good. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Morris with the ball. Now guarded by Nurkic. And the dunk by Zubats.
Oh, why, dunk you very much.
He can really fly. And you combine that, Greg, with some nice penetration, too. And you've got 2 points. Now, here's Nurkic. Here's the lob to Lillard. Leonard with the steal. And here we go with Morris, running it up the court. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Passes it to George. Beyond the arc. The second effort. Zubats the pass to Morris. Here's Beverley. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to be on Yusuf Nurkic.
Boy, Patrick Beverley, what a pleasure this guy is to watch. The level of competitiveness, the commitment to the defensive end. Man, he can raise the team.
Both free throws good from Beverley. There's 1:54 left here in the first quarter. Lillard the pass to Powell. Now here's Nurkic. Here's Lillard. Shot clock at 6. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
Don't let his height fool you. Lillard can rise up with the best of them.
Here's George. 3-point lead. And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, the 3. Rebounded by Covington.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark. And how about this stat? Over the course of Robert Covington's career, over 60% of his shots coming from long range.
And Greg, the prototypical 3-and-D guy, you almost want to reverse it because defense has been the pivot point for Robert Covington's emergence as a player in this league.
Here's Zubats. Portland making their last shot. He dishes it to George. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From deep 3-point range. And it's Portland with the rebound.
Boy, what a nightmare quarter for this guy. He's playing right into the hands of the defense at this point.
Powell finds Lillard. From deep. The shot, no good.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
And it's Leonard missing. And so it's Covington who brings up the ball for the Trailblazers. They trail by 1. Pass to Nurkic. It's Powell on the wing. Defended by Beverly. Back to Powell. Jones for 3. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Clippers ahead. Up.
Venom.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Well, you can see these guys are unafraid to take chances defensively.
Well, very disruptive in that first period. They never allowed the offense to get comfortable.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. Setting the floor for the Clippers. We've got Ibaka. Jackson is out there with Kennard. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins, and it's man in at the 3. Here's man. At the elbow, it's Ibaka. And there's a whistle. That goes on Harry Giles. That's his first foul. And here is Los Angeles now. Kennard's shot is off.
And you will not see this guy miss many of those. He's one of the keys to their floor spacing.
Giles. That's in there. Anthony with the assist.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Trailblazers leading by 3. A 3 from McCollum. That one's no good. That makes him 1 for 2. Here's man. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Cantor with it. The pass to Simons. Back to Cantor. Dishes it to McCollum. And the Trailblazers getting another bucket right there.
What a professional. McCollum's reliability on offense is such a gift to his team.
Jacks up a 3. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
He kicks to Cantor. Back to McCollum. This one for 3. Again, McCollum missing. Clippers trail by 5. Here's Kennard. Now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game. And it's the Trailblazers with the ball. Only giving up 2 points this quarter. Simons, the pass to McCollum. Takes a 3. Kennard with the rebound. Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. So the wing on the left, high post Cousins. And then Cousins with the dunk.
Well, quality shots usually translate to great percentages. The chippy for DeMarcus Cousins with authority.
Simons, the pass to McCollum. Baca against Cantor. And here's McCollum for 3. Portland, no good that time either.
Well, it hasn't been the most efficient game for this guy, but their team is fortunate to still be out in front.
Here's man. The Clippers keep it alive. Cousins, the pass to man. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. And here's McCollum for 3. DeMarcus Cousins comes up with the rebound. Cousins has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Kennard for 3. And Cantor pulls it down. Portland leading. Here's McCollum. That one's good. Just his third make. Brings him to 3 for 8 in this game.
Well, after a less than stellar start in the first quarter, you like to see that shot go down.
There's Jackson with the 3. No good. And it's Portland the other way. McCollum feeling it out a bit. And stolen by Cousins. Here's Jackson. And Jackson throws it down hard.
You know Jackson can just fly. I mean, that athleticism and energy is off the charts.
There's 39 seconds left in the first half of the game. Now here's McCollum. He's got 6. It's up a 3. Kennard with the rebound.
No idea why he's attempting so many outside shots. It's not his day, and he needs to either look to drive or get it to an open teammate.
Here's Jackson. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there.
I'll tell you, most of the time this guy's going to finish that, but that was tremendous defense that prohibits him from completing the play.
3 seconds left, and it's blocked by Ibaka.
Boy, still a dependable shot blocker.
Thank you, David, and we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everyone. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. And no doubt that C.J. McCollum. And that does it for our...
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. You have to like what we've seen so far from Damian Lillard.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
I think they've taken their time. They've showed incredible patience. It's a sign of a well-coached ball club.
Damian Lillard out there with Norman Powell. Then it's Robert Covington. Then it's Jones. And it's Nurkic in at the center position. So that's who Terry Stotts starts the second half. Powell kicks to Jones. 6 to shoot. Nurkic the pass to Covington. He can't get that one to fall. The Clippers go the other way with it. Here's Leonard. Buries it down low. Leonard's got the first basket of the second half here for Los Angeles. Great talkers over the years, trash talkers on the floor in this league. You think they do it more to get themselves going, Greg, or do they do it with the purpose of getting under their opponent's skin?
Kevin, that's a great question, and believe it or not, you see both. I've seen guys who do it to get under your skin, and I've also seen guys that do it for their own benefit. That's how they derive their confidence. And so it's about you figuring out what works for you. I've seen some guys, they don't say smack. They don't say a word during the course of the game, but they will cut your heart out. So it's just about what fits your personality in terms of making you play your best.
Well, I'm glad you don't trash talk here on 2K, Greg. I'll tell you that right.
No, we don't do that.
And George kicks to Beverly. Offline with his 3.
All right, time now to pick it up. You're 1 for 4, and you certainly don't want to give your opponent momentum.
Well defended that time. He's a shooter that the D has to close down on quickly when he's ready to pull the trigger.
See, I don't think you can teach that. Paul George going right into contact. You love that aggressiveness.
It's his first trip to the line.
And worth mentioning, guys, the free throw percentage he brought in from last season, how about 88%?
He's perfect from the line this time.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player, excellent at the free throw line.
When the story of Kawhi Leonard is told, it will be about the hard work being the secret of his success. Here was a guy who was not the most vaunted prospect in either high school or college. But boy, he kept his eyes on what he was after, and he kept working.
Here's Beverly. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Inside. Morris kicks to Zubac. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
Boy, not on the same page there. And in a possession ball game, that's a big mistake.
defense doesn't get much better than the mobile one block we just saw on replay.
And he's all over that shot, has it read the whole way, and gets the position he needs to make a play.
Pass to Covington. Nurkic up top. Makes it off the glass. Nurkic has got the lead up to 5 now for Portland. And Doris, you were talking about Leonard's work ethic. Going back to San Diego State, he used to come in at 6:30 in the morning. No lights on in the gym, so he brought his own lamps. I mean, the guy was dedicated.
No doubt, Kevin, and that has been the through line of his career. First to practice, last to lead. He has that hunger to improve, the drive and the desire to put in the time to be great. There's a price to be paid, and he's willing to pay it.
Lillard dishes to Powell. Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Lock at 6. Lillard. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Cantor checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Giles comes in for Robert Covington. Carmelo Anthony is checked in for Derek Jones. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Powell. George passes to Zubac. Outside for George. It's stolen by Anthony. Here's Lillard. Passes it to Giles. McCollum outside. From deep three-point range. Cantor, the pass to McCollum. Up and in on the layup. McCollum's got 8 points.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Takes it out to Leonard. To the paint. Stolen by McCollum. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Well, Enes Kanter continues to prove his worth, guys. An outstanding player on the offensive end.
And Portland making a change here. Simons is checked in. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. It's a 10-point game. To halt the run. Los Angeles with another miss.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Portland no good that time either.
Well, he's a quality mid-range shooter, but he can't get that one to go.
Pass to Cousins. Kennard for 3. A shot missing. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. It's the Trailblazers. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the floor generalship right here? I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
Well, this is exactly what you're looking for from your point guard. Survey the floor, serve it up on time and on target.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. So for the Clippers right now, Kennard is out there with Jackson. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. Then it's Ibaka. And it's man in at the 3 spot. And a wide open look for McCollum. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. McCollum's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for Portland. And here's Kennard. From outside the arc. And it's Portland with the rebound. Giles has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Anthony. And the rejection by Cousins.
DeMarcus Cousins proving you don't have to be a high flyer to block shots. That's about positioning and timing.
There's the pass to Mann. Feeds it to Cousins. Stolen by Cantor. And here we go with Giles running it up the court. McCollum with the ball. It's Ibaka picking him up. And there's the foul. It goes on Serge Ibaka. That is his first foul of the game. Anthony taking his time here. Steps back and dreams the jump shot.
Yeah, I think with Melo, you think of the flashy plays, but it's his consistency of production that I think is most impressive. Game to game, he finds a way to put points on the board.
Cousins finds Ibaka. Here's man. Lays it up and banks it in.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
McCollum against Kennard. Down low. To the wing right side. For the three. Rebound by DeMarcus Cousins. Cousins has got 6 rebounds now in the game. Greg, you really began to emerge and got on the national scene at UNLV, but you started your college career at Portland, where you were actually named the Conference Freshman of the Year.
Yeah, how about I actually averaged more points in Portland than in any season I played at Vegas. Totally different roles, but Portland's always going to have a sweet spot in my heart. My first child was born in the great city of Portland.
Just 3 to shoot, and there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
And to make that mistake at this time is tough to come back from.
These are the kinds of plays that can be game changers, that can make you hang your head.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Beverly against Lillard. Over Beverly. Lillard misses. Clippers trail by 13. And Beverly kicks to George. Three-pointer. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And this is where you hope that he can find something easy so he can see the ball go through the net.
Want easy looks? Don't allow the defense to set up.
What a beautiful fast break opportunity, and the finish pretty good.
George, no good.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
Lillard from deep three-point land, and the three ball is good. And the Trailblazers lead by 18.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
And as a result, they may be facing just a little bit less resistance right now. They are having their way.
And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
There's just so much force that Kawhi plays with. It is what allows him to rise up and put it down with authority.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness, as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Trailblazers.
You know, their big advantage was points in the paint.
And they found a way to pound the ball inside. And that was working all game long.
And one of the league's top talents, game in and game out. And doing it here again in this one. A terrific night for C.J. McCollum.
Boy, forget about his stats for a second, right? What impressed me most was his stamina. It seemed like he was involved in every play. And with that kind of activity, I don't know how you don't wear down.
And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. They trail by 16. Zubac the pass to George. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Powell with it. George picks him up. And a deep three from Lillard. It's hauled in by Zubac.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Lillard. Knocks down the step-back J.
Whoa, he really got his defender on his heels on that one. What a fantastic play, guys.
Beverly for three. And Jones pulls it down. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. It was a tale of two teams tonight. One that... And it's Marjanovic in at the 5, roaming the paint. On tonight, Greg, two teams with a lot of history that know each other very, very well.
And sometimes familiarity breeds contempt.
Yeah.
And that goes for the players, coaches, and fans. This one might get heated.
I'm sure you felt that way many times when you play.
Almost every time I took the floor.
Good.
You literally want to dislike your opponent.
Yep, it counts.
And Sean, he's got a few tricks up his sleeve there. Doncic's handles are very impressive.
Lillard, the pass to Powell. Now, here's Nurkic. Porzingis with the steal. And here's the fast break. Richardson leading the way. Marjanovic kicks to Porzingis. Out to Doncic. Passes it to Marjanovic. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic.
And how about the vision there from Doncic? Can make the easy pass and also the difficult.
Lillard dishes to Powell. And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. 6 on the shot clock. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
Always an appreciation for Lillard and his build, just how rugged he is, along with that fearlessness.
Here's Doncic. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
Well, he's going to just keep going now. That's early confidence for him.
Portland moving the ball around. Here's Lillard. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
To the point now where Lillard is just as good at creating his own shot or spotting up off the ball. Keeps defenses guessing.
Richardson the pass to Porzingis. Back to Richardson. Shoots over Lillard. Porzingis. Yep, that one goes.
They can't miss. 4 for 4. and warming up the burners.
And it's Lillard with the ball. He brings it up for the Trailblazers. Trailing by 4. Now coming into the league with immense potential, Porzingis has already fulfilled much of it, already an all-star. But you know, Greg, there are still areas he's working on.
Yeah, he's definitely getting stronger and more physical. You'd like to see him make the next pass a little more often when a teammate has a better shot. But if he can just stay healthy, boy, the sky's the limit on what he can accomplish.
And it's Doncic missing.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Here's Powell. Porzingis with the block.
Yeah, good luck getting a shot over the 7-foot, 6-inch tall wingspan of Kristaps Porzingis.
Back to Hardaway. Out to Doncic. Fires from deep. Not going to go that time. And the Trailblazers going the other way. Covington finds Lillard, and he gets the bucket.
Well, he's effective in the catch and shoot dating back to his college days. Lillard has brought that skill to the pros.
And so Doncic will bring it up for Dallas. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Richardson outside. Doncic against Jones. Kicks it out to Richardson. And too long on the shot.
Oh, can't punish the defense for leaving him open that time. That's a frustrating miss for a really steady jump shooter. Now, there are only a few players in the league who can hit a teammate like that in stride. Beautiful assist.
54 seconds left in the first quarter. Shoots from 12, and the basket is good. Doncic has got 6.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
Lillard dishes to Powell. Outside, Jones. Powell kicks to Lillard. To the inside. Pass to Powell. 13 feet away. That one will not drop. It's his first miss. He's 4 for 5. Richardson against Lillard. Richardson the pass to Marjanovic. Hardaway for 3. Second chance shot. Now Doncic. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. It's a tie game in Dallas. And will Damian Lillard told us before the game when asked how
Humble beginnings. You know, I'm from.
Well, some of the best stories in our league are about guys who struggled to get to where they are today.
And I really hope the young guys out there are listening to this. You don't have to be a 5-star prospect to achieve your dreams.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And what do you think, guys, about Dallas here in this one?
You know, I like the confidence that they've shown here early on.
Yeah, I think they've controlled the momentum, and that is showing up.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. On the floor for Portland, we've got Yusuf Nurkic. Derek Jones is out there with Robert Covington. Then it's Damian Lillard, and it's Powell in at the shooting guard. Lillard dishes to Powell. Down low, and stolen by Cauley Stein. Brunson, no good. And Portland with the ball. To the middle. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Greg, if you're a small market team, how do you convince stars that you've drafted and developed to stay and re-sign?
It's a great question, Kevin. I actually think in a lot of ways it's easier today because you can be box office. You can be a superstar in a small market and have the name recognition because of the era we play in. And so I think the biggest way to keep them there is to build a championship caliber team around them. I think that is your saving grace. If you can prove to them that you can build a championship caliber team, I don't really think that there is a reason to want to leave.
It's a solid blueprint. Here's McCollum. Lays it up off the glass.
Well, McCollum undersized at his position, at least in terms of his strength. But he can play that way because he competes. That's a tough one there.
Here's Brunson. The pass to Reddick. Three-pointer. Another three for Dallas.
That's pretty much not how they would defend the three-point line. Somebody's got to shadow him out there.
McCollum outside. Pass to Anthony. Back to McCollum. Up again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Nurkic has got it all tied up now for the Trailblazers.
Such a big body down there. Nurkic battling.
Brunson scanning the floor. Unloads from 13. Again, the Mavericks score.
And the lead should be safe if they can keep shooting the basketball like this.
Here's Simons. No points in the game yet for him. McCollum finds Anthony. McCollum against Reddick. Puts it up from 12 and misses it off the right side of the rim. The Mavericks have gotten 4 of their first 5 shots to fall in the second quarter. Outstanding shooting. Finney Smith passes to Reddick. Here's Cauley Stein. Passes it to Finney Smith. And Brunson has it in the corner. Over Anthony. Here's Cauley Stein. It's blocked. 1:33 left to play here in the half. Anthony down low, and the shot goes in. Anthony's got his first points in this one.
Carmelo really has great footwork down low, showing off the feel right there when he gets near the paint.
Pass to Cauley Stein, feeds it to Reddick. That shot, no good. Good D by McCollum. The Trailblazers shooting nearly 70% from the floor. They are putting on a clinic offensively. Nurkic kicks to McCollum. Over Reddick. McCollum, no good.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Reddick surveying the D. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
And the basket by McCollum.
Just so hard defensively to stay after McCollum. He can be elusive, and then he can score from anywhere.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Here's Finney Smith, covered by Anthony. Lock at 6. Nurkic against Cauley Stein. And now Portland on the break. Now the pass to Simons. And that would have counted, but his shot. Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Leading the way at the start, it was Damian Lillard. He had 10 points and 1 assist. And that should do.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Really an incredible game from Lillard.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
Hardaway and Porzingis in at the forward slots. Doncic out there with Richardson. And it's Marjanovic in at the center position. So that's who Rick Carlisle starts the second half. Mavericks trail by 3. Porzingis inside. The dish to Doncic. Shoots from the elbow. That one doesn't drop.
And I was sure that was money on that one, but everyone is afforded an easy miss or two.
Yeah, that happens. Important thing is for players, just don't beat yourself up and make a miss like that cost you another play.
And that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tip-in.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it?
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Robert Covington's checked in for Giles. Jones comes in for Carmelo Anthony. Powell, he's checked in for McCollum. And it's Damian Lillard in for Anthony Simons.
You love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
Yeah, pestering right now, and that's going to pay some dividends. At some point, there's going to be a turnover.
To the paint, out to Doncic. Good on the three-point shot. Doncic has got 9 points.
Pretty unselfish play there, right? Porzingis finding the open man, and he's more and more comfortable and more aware of everything going on around him.
Here's Lillard. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's on Luka Doncic.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
The Trailblazers have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
But you got quicks, you got instincts, and you got aggression. Damian Lillard capable of taking over just about any time he wants.
No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. Another 3 for Dallas. And it's Lillard with the ball. He brings it up for Portland. They lead by 1. Powell dishes to Lillard. Jones kicks to Lillard. 6 to shoot. It falls for the 6th time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Just under 2.5 minutes into the 3rd quarter now. Out to Porzingis. It's Richardson on the wing. Dallas needs to get off a shot. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Greg, as a point guard, what is it you like to see from that position on the floor?
I think first and foremost, leadership. It's so valuable at that spot. And, you know, you always got to have your head high because your teammates are feeding off what you put forth in terms of your body language and enthusiasm. So, you know, the typical stuff about organizing offense and setting the tone on the defensive end, that stuff's important as well. But so much of how you carry yourself out on the floor when you deal with adversity and you know that you're going to, it is really paramount.
Here's Doncic. Drops in the layup for 2. Doncic has got 8 points in the quarter. And now they decide to foul intentionally. And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. The Trailblazers have gone 3 of 6 in the 3rd quarter, 50% from the field. It's Powell on the wing. Offensive rebound. Off on the layup.
And he gets a lot of points right there at the rim, but the defense determined not to give up the easy deuce there.
Just over 3.5 minutes through the 3rd quarter of play now. Here's Cauley Stein, and that one drops. Cauley Stein's got his first points of the game.
Cauley Stein aggressive inside, putting the defense on their heels and in a tough spot, staying engaged.
Powell, the pass to Jones. Powell against Redick. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
And so he hits both.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
And we have an intentional foul there, G.A. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Harry Giles is checked in for Robert Covington. Anthony comes in for Derek Jones. C.J. McCollum, he's checked in for Norman Powell. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard.
Cauley-Stein doing what he does best on offense, looking to throw it down.
There's 31 seconds left in the third quarter. Inside, here's Giles. Here's Cantor. Tries yet again, and the layup is good.
Like when his motor is running and he's playing with high levels of energy, Cantor is a monster on the offensive glass.
And here's Brunson. Powell, no one around him. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of three. It's the Trailblazers up by one. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The fourth quarter is coming up next. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And how about the floor generalship right here? I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
Great hands, great vision. That makes great things happen for your offense.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. On the court for the Trailblazers, Giles is out there with Enes Kanter. Then there's C.J. McCollum. Then it's Anthony. And it's Simons in at the point guard position. Portland leading. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And this is the effort you want to see out of your guys, win or lose.
A great example out here of just a no-quit team continuing to compete until the final buzzer.
Kicks it out to Richardson. The wing jumper off target.
He loved to make them pay for giving up that wide-open jumper, just unable to do so.
And that one, good. Now it's a 5-point Trailblazer lead.
Well, CJ, as soon as he gets a step on you, you're pretty much done. Aggressive right there in transition.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Richardson dishes to Doncic. Kicks it out to Richardson. Fires for three. But they'll get another chance. And Kanter pulls it down. Trailblazers leading by 5. Doncic with the steal. Porzingis against McCollum. Now here's Doncic. He's tightly guarded. Anthony finds McCollum. It's deflected. Here's Simons. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Porzingis with the steal. Richardson attacking. Porzingis dishes it to Doncic. Pass to Richardson. They shoot again. Here's Porzingis. Kicks it out to Richardson. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Hardaway. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Norkic checked in for Enes Kanter. Zach Collins comes in for Giants. Norman Powell's checked in for Anthony. And it's Damian Lillard in for Anthony Simons. And the rejection by Cauley-Stein.
Don't want to be careless around Cauley-Stein. That's when he rises up and blocks shots away.
Doncic passes to Porzingis. Now Doncic. Back to Richardson. Pass to Cauley-Stein. To tie it up. That shot is good. He has made 8 while missing only 4. That's 67% shooting.
How about the poise from Doncic right there? He ups the ante when it's a critical possession here in the game.
Now here's Lillard. Damian Lillard with the jam.
And that is what you need in big moments. Lillard's a strong leader with competitive drive. Bingo.
Nurkic with the steal. Powell with it, out defended by Cauley-Stein, and he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A three-point possibility, didn't convert the free throw.
He just takes advantage of the D in a way that very few players playing today can do.
And Hardaway Jr. is checked in for Richardson, and the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Derek Jones, he's checked in for C.J. McCollum.
Now they're going for the jugular. A few more trips like that, and we might be able to see this one in the books.
Over in the corner, Porzingis for three. Lillard with the rebound. Trailblazers leading by 5. 1:05 left here in the fourth quarter. He feeds it to Jones. It's Powell on the wing. 5 on the clock. No good on the wing three. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for Dallas.
Traditionally, that's how you want to finish the break, right at the rim.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
Lillard. Yes!
Well, he has that ability, elevates his game in the clutch time. It's Lillard time. He's on point.
Doncic with it. Pass to Finney-Smith. Now Porzingis over Collins. It drops. What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
Well, that's a huge confidence boost right there for Kristaps Porzingis. He's proving he's got what it takes in those moments.
There's 14 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Lillard attacking. It's good.
We're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Yeah, looking for a miracle worker out there is the opposing coaching staff. I don't know that they have one. This game seems to be well in hand.
And so it's Portland winning this one. They seem to relish their role as the bad guy here tonight. Dressed in their finest, the Mavs as they came through the tunnel earlier on. Ready to give their faithful fans plenty to cheer about tonight. The Margaret Hunt Hill Bridge and the state flag of Texas and the Clippers starting five. Marcus Morris is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's George in at the 2 spot. And for Dallas, Hardaway and Porzingis in at the forward slots. Doncic out there with Richardson. And it's Marjanovic in at the 5. Here's Beverley. Makes a fantastic move and nails the shot. We have an awesome backcourt battle tonight, Steve. Let me ask, are we in a guard-centric league right now?
We are, Kevin. I mean, we've always had great guards, and they lead you through championships with their leadership and their play, along with the big guy. But what's happening right now, Kevin, the big man is playing like a guard. The skill level of these 7-footers to be able to shoot threes, dribble, pass. So it does seem like a guard-centric league right now because everybody can play that position.
Now here is Hardaway. Paul George unable to get his shot to go. Porzingis finds Richardson. Out to Doncic. Back to Richardson. Just 5 on the clock. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. First quarter, just over a minute played. Here's George. Banked in off the glass.
With his great length and skill, Paul George has no trouble getting points in the paint.
Now, here's Doncic. It's hauled in by Zubac.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
You know, we're seeing players move further and further back to create space, but that does make it a tougher shot.
Richardson the pass to Porzingis, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
And at 7-3, Porzingis could have been just another big, but he defies expectations. He's got such an impressive array of abilities.
Because he knows he makes a living at the line, he invites contact and sometimes even initiates it.
Here's George. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Excellent concentration from Paul George, overwhelming the aggressive defense with his strength and determination.
Back to Doncic. 16 feet away, and he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Doncic has got his second bucket of the game to go. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. No good from Zubac. The Mavericks have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Out to Doncic. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. And the foul on Josh Richardson. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Beverley. Pass to George. There's the triple. The rebound by Marjanovic. Dallas has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks.
The 3-ball is so important in today's game. You need a guy like J.J. Redick that can stretch the defense way out.
Here's Jackson, and he banks in the layup.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
No excuse. You have to be aware. He should be on your radar all the time.
Here's Redick following the score by Reggie Jackson. From 11 feet away, unable to get that one. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Out to the wing. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. 1:09 left to play in the first quarter. Shot clock at 6. Here's Mann. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Fires the 3. Here's Powell. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Unselfish, moving the ball. Love to see this kind of offense.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
And the foul on Dorian Finney-Smith. That's his first foul. .40 seconds left to play here in the first. Here's Kennard, and he jams it with authority.
Outstanding decision. Kennard is getting better and better at creating offense for himself.
Brunson with it. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Cauley Stein kicks to Brunson. And the three off target. And here's Cousins. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. They trail by one. Jackson misses. Redick surveying the D. Pass to Finney-Smith. That will count. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Mavericks. And catching up with Luke Kennard before the game, he discussed what it...
This game, it's...
Greg, you know this. It takes time mentally for the game to slow down.
It's a great point. This is why most championship teams are laden with seasoned veterans. You can't rush experience. It happens at its own pace.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And guys, what's your take on the Mavericks so far?
Throughout the first quarter, they did a great job of just running the offense.
Credit the game plan coming in. They've identified the right matchups, and the execution is there.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the floor for Dallas, we've got Jalen Brunson. Dwight Powell is out there with Willie Cauley-Stein. Then there's J.J. Redick, and it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 slot. It's tipped. Redick against Kennard. Passes to Finney-Smith. And the pass to Cauley-Stein. From the arc. The shot misses. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. Here's Mann. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Pass to Cousins. Just 5 to shoot. Mann passes to Kennard. Cauley-Stein grabs the board. Dallas has gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Powell inside. Defended by Ibaka. Cauley-Stein kicks to Brunson. Pass to Powell. His second shot goes in. Off to a good start. 2 for 2.
Beautiful call that time up the floor. The hard screen frees him up for the bunny.
Brunson against Jackson. Here's Mann. Off target with his 3. The Mavericks leading.
As sort of a hired gun, Redick's been a premier floor spacer in this league for a long time.
Listen to these numbers, GA, for his career. He has shot over 40% from 3. One season, he hit 47% from beyond the arc. And I can tell you, that is a tough mark to hit. And over the years, his incredible range has just become more and more valuable.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. Beverly, the pass to George. Zubac trying to break loose.
And with his length, Porzingis can be very disruptive on D. Not easy to get the shot off over that huge frame.
Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. And so here are the Clippers following the score by Dallas. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation.
3-second violation. Dallas ball.
Mavericks leading by 3. We've got 1:55 left here in the second. Doncic passes to Porzingis. Richardson gets a wide open look and a miss there on the triple. The Clippers have gone 1 of 6 from the field in the second quarter. It's been a rough period so far. Outside, George. Good. George has got 6.
Smooth off the bounce with the strength to finish through contact. Paul George showing us how it's done.
Doncic feeling it out. Passes it to Marjanovic. Cloak loose. Porzingis passes to Marjanovic. Plenty of daylight on that shot. Marjanovic has got the lead up to 3 now for Dallas.
Not just swinging the ball around the perimeter. Aggressive move inside.
To the inside. Here's Zubac. That falls. Nice feed that time from George.
Well, Paul knows the defense is locked in on him, so he takes advantage and finds the open man.
The 3 for Doncic. It's hauled in by Zubac. Clippers have gone 3 of 8 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. Leonard with no one around. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. Maverick shooting 33% in the second quarter. The offense has looked crossed up and confused at times. LA has gone 0 of 2 from deep here in the second. George against Porzingis. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's on Porzingis.
The defense on George a little too tight there. But to have any chance against him, you have to challenge him.
And they now lead as the free throw drops for him.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
Porzingis at the elbow. And here is Doncic. He's got 6. Leonard with the steal. And a deep 3 from George. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. The Clippers on top. They lead by 1. We'll get right back to the...
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you back here on our halftime. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. Some good action during the period. And that's good.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Without question, George displaying his skills today.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
I think both sides probably adjusted a few things. The key for him is to bring the same level of energy over these last 2 quarters.
So for the Clippers right now, hammering it in.
Letting it all hang out when George takes flight. Just enjoy the show.
Doncic against Leonard. On the wing, Hardaway. Marjanovic finds Hardaway. 4 on the shot clock. Stolen by George. And here comes Leonard leading the fast break. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
A terrific ball. The PG-13 knows it's a priority to create turnovers that spark the running game.
Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Morris. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
So explosive with the dunk. Kawhi Leonard gets up quick to slam it down.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game. We know how important the draft is, Greg. It can shape an organization. Talk about some of the best draft day deals of the last couple decades. There have been a lot of them.
Oh, there have been a few. I mean, just coming to mind here recently. How about when Kawhi was traded to the Spurs? That was a huge get. Go back
George
to how about Kobe going to the Lakers? McHale and Parrish coming to the Celtics. I mean, we've seen that happen quite a bit. And I tell you what, boy, it can really transform a franchise's future.
And it's in there.
As the lead continues to grow, this is just heady, sound basketball.
They have just nailed their halftime adjustments. That's for sure. They don't want to have to sweat this one out. They're looking to pull away.
Porzingis passes to Doncic. The lead pass was put in just the right spot. Doncic has got 8 points.
And certainly not lacking in confidence. When Doncic gets these inside looks, he just jumps all over.
And George, here we go. Kicks it out to Leonard. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
You know, no one produces like Paul George does. He elevates your team's abilities in any situation.
A different look for Dallas. Coley Stein comes in for Marjanovic. And Dorian Finney-Smith subbed in for Tim Hardaway Jr. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Doncic with it. He's picked up by Cousins. Puts it up from 12. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. And it's the Clippers' ball. They've outscored him 10 points to 2 during this run. And there it is for him.
And all second half, they haven't gotten stops with any consistency.
Richardson against George. Richardson the pass to Porzingis. Here's Doncic. And he drops in the layup off the glass. 10 points for him.
Guys, you never know what you'll see when you're watching Luka Doncic. His offensive creativity is through the roof.
Here's George. 2 free throws come. And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And they go to the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Powell, he's checked in for Porzingis. Redick comes in for Josh Richardson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Luka Doncic. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for the Clippers. Brunson finds Redick. Good work there as it goes. Redick's got 5 points so far.
Proving he's more than just an outside shooter. Redick also has a sweet touch from that area.
Now Kennard. To the paint and stolen by Redick. 32 seconds left to play here in the third. Finney-Smith kicks to Powell. Taken away. For Los Angeles, they have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one. That free throw, good from Kennard.
You know, there's always going to be room in this league for guys like Luke Kennard. He can shoot, he can pass it, and he can put it on the floor.
Mavericks trail by 8. And the wide open shot from Redick connects from 3-point range. 8 points for him.
And so far in the second half, this has been a different kind of game than what we saw early on.
In this half, a more entertaining one. The pace is picked up, tougher defense, better ball movement.
Jackson drives in. Here's Ibaka, and Ibaka slams it in.
Wow, that was a nice athletic roll out of the screen. Ibaka moves with tremendous ease.
And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Clippers lead by 7. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate, and how about the setup this was?
At his position, traditionally, his job is to shoot the basketball. Give him credit for keeping his eyes up and just taking what the defense allows.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. Hardaway and Porzingis in at the forward slots. Doncic out there with Richardson. And it's Marjanovic in at the 5 down low. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. Doncic against Jackson. Back to Doncic. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Here's Beverly. To the middle. Again, Los Angeles.
And after a first half in which their offense shot under 40%, they've got the lead, and they should count themselves to be lucky.
We played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter. Hardaway passes to Porzingis and finished off by Kristaps Porzingis.
Really unacceptable letting Porzingis get that kind of positioning. Once he's established, it's over.
Outside Leonard. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
The dribble drive, yet another tool in Leonard's extensive arsenal, earns him a trip to the line.
Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Dallas. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Hardaway. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Cousins is checked in. A little over 1.5 minutes of the fourth quarter gone now. Here's Doncic, and he finishes nicely on the layup.
And now they're shooting it pretty well. That was not something we would have said in that first half.
Outside, George. Kicks it to Beverly. There's the dish to Cousins. Porzingis with the rebound. Mavericks trail by 9. Cauley-Stein goes in, and Cauley-Stein throws it down.
Cauley-Stein, a tremendous athlete and a dynamic finisher.
The 3 from George. But they get it back. Cousins finds Zubac. Leonard on the wing. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That's his first foul. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. And George, here we go, dishes it to Cousins. The Mavericks pull it in. Doncic passes to Richardson. Puts one up from 19. And it's Doncic. That time on the assist by Richardson.
How about the poise from Doncic right there? He ups the ante when it's a critical possession here in the game.
We've got 1:55 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Leonard. And the layup's good off the glass. 10 points for Leonard.
We know Beverly's ability as a defender, but don't underestimate his ability as a distributor. He has good vision.
The drive by Doncic. That one goes. Count it. Doncic has got 10 points in just the second half.
Man, that's about the worst defense I can imagine a team playing coming down the stretch.
And I love the play call. This is where you get the ball into the hands of your closers, where they can do something with it.
Here's George. Shot is good, and the Los Angeles leads cut down to just 3 on the basket from Richardson.
Who says he's still a young man? Josh Richardson looking like a veteran, handling the pressure with ease.
Down low. Here's cut. Oh! Wow!
He went high.
That was nice.
Great idea to get it to Cousins. Things are starting to tighten up. Could be a hard-fought battle the rest of the way.
Dallas calls timeout. They're trailing by 5. And 1:01 left in the fourth quarter. And now a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, Paul George.
And he's played this entire game on his front foot, Kevin. I mean, driving the lane, going to the rim with purpose, and getting those points the hard way.
Marjanovic checked in for Dallas. Hardaway comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
During that last break, Kevin, we got a chance to...
And here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated. We'll have to now review the personal foul in question.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. We're double-checking, and the game continues on.
And here we go. The Mavericks on a fast break. Hardaway passes to Marjanovic. Doncic finds Marjanovic. Yes! And that shot brings them to within just one.
Big-time basket at a big-time moment.
This is why we all watch. The NBA is about these moments.
And they do have a foul to give.
Here's Doncic. 17 seconds left to play here in the fourth. And an intentional foul right there.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
All free throws good from Doncic.
No doubt about those free throws. This is why you put the ball in his hands.
Leonard on the wing. So it's the Clippers taking the win in a close one. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with the...
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And in the locker room, each guy has been going over and through his own routine to get ready. But once they take the floor, they're one single. The starters for the Portland Trail Blazers. Jones is out there with Robert Covington. Then there's Norman Powell. Then it's Damian Lillard, and it's Nurkic in at the center. And for Los Angeles, Marcus Morris is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Then there's Kawhi Leonard, and it's George in at the shooting guard. He can't get that one. Now Portland takes it the other way. And now Portland on the break. A pull-up. That's good on the jump shot. Some of the best in the game go at it here tonight, Chris. What an incredible guard matchup we have here in this one.
Oh, Kevin, there are some all-time greats playing at the guard spots these days. It will be a fun matchup to watch.
And Lillard is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Leonard looking over the floor. Pass to Zubac. Oh, went in. And, yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Kicks it out to Lillard. With the putback. Great positioning on the putback.
You know, his positioning near the hoop, always to his advantage. Just a terrific job to tip that one back in.
And George, here we go. And George with the stuff.
And I just love the aggressiveness from George, just slicing apart the defense with that terrific ability to penetrate.
Lillard, the pass to Powell. Back to Lillard, launches it. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the three.
And so just over a minute and a half played. Leonard kicks to George. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. The Trailblazers have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Lillard finds Powell. And here's Jones. Lillard, right side. And then Lillard slams it in.
Well, Leonard is capable of getting up to slam it home. You better keep him out of the paint.
George looking around. Morris, no good.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Covington's shot is off. Clippers have gone 1 of 3 for the field to start this one so far. Morris into the lane. And it's rebounded by Covington. Trailblazers leading by 3. Here's Nurkic, and finished off by Nurkic.
Rising off the ground with such intensity. I mean, when Nurkic is this close, he wants to slam it down.
George against Nurkic. Off target at the rim. Portland's gone 0 of 3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. It's stolen by Morris. Here's George. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
Nice play by George. This is what size on the wing gives you, the option to pick your spot anywhere on the floor.
And there's the pass to Nurkic. Lillard outside. Back to Nurkic. Jones, the pass to Nurkic. Clock is at 3. Here's Lillard. It's hauled in by the Clippers.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Clippers trail by 3. Now here's Beverly. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him.
Well, in overtime, Beverly has established himself as just a defensive specialist, juggernaut, an absolute pest. He plays his tail off on both ends of the floor.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Both free throws good from Beverly. 1:16 left in the first quarter. And Simons has got the ball here for the Trailblazers. Dishes to McCollum. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Out of respect the speed of McCollum. Fantastic at knifing through the defense and beating them to the bucket.
The Clippers have gone 2 of 6 from the field. George against McCollum. And it's George finishing it off.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Well, come on, guys. Someone has to rotate over. Defensively, that's just poor communication.
Simons, the pass to McCollum. Clock at 6. Can't hit that one. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Here's Beverly. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And Beverly's a guy who loves physical contact. He really tries his best to absorb the contact on his shots to draw these fouls.
And that drops, so they now lead by 1. The Trailblazers have gotten 5 of 10 shots to drop in this game so far, right at the 50% mark. Kennard against McCollum. Stolen by Beverly. Here's Mann. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Clippers ahead, leading by just 1. We'll be back shortly. Earlier tonight, we spoke with Paul George about how they've integrated all the talent.
Everybody has a chip on their shoulder.
Greg, that last point is key. This team plays lockdown defense.
And that's a big part of their identity. Most teams talk about being well balanced. This team lives it.
And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Attacking, drawing fouls. They won that first quarter at the line.
They were just the more aggressive team. I mean, feeding off this crowd's energy.
Kennard is out there with Patrick Beverly. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. Then it's Ibaka, and it's Man in at the 3. They're the group out there for the Clippers starting the second quarter. Clock at 4. Here's Ibaka. The Clippers need to get off a shot, and the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Portland leading. Now McCollum. Pass to Simons. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And the Clippers have possession. Shot's good by Kennard. Kennard's got the lead up to 1 now for Los Angeles. Greg, who would you choose as the best defenders of the NBA pick and roll?
Oof. That is a tough one. This will surprise some people. Nikola Jokic is one of the better big men defending the pick and roll, in part because of his instincts. You know, he doesn't impress me in terms of his physical attributes, but his mind, the ability to anticipate, having a sense of how perimeter players play the game. He's a guy that's terrific. I'll give you an oldie but goodie in Andre Iguodala. He's still terrific. And I pick bigger guys because you've got to be able to switch that and guard smaller players. And, you know, at the center and the swing position, those are 2 guys that still are very reliable.
Cantor, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Serge Ibaka picks one up there.
Strong interior player. When Cantor is looking to score, he isn't afraid of attracting contact.
And he's good on the second. Just about a minute and a half has gone by here in the second. Now here's Beverly. He's covered closely. McCollum against George. And the shot goes in. And the Trailblazers lead by 2.
I think McCollum's mechanics and mindset really come into play in the mid-range game. He's deadly from that area.
Stolen by McCollum. Here's Simons, defended by Beverly. A nice shot by Simons.
One of the few guys in the league who make a lead pass like that. Oh, just a fantastic look.
And there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That is his first foul of the game. So for the Trailblazers, outside Leonard. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
And their shots are falling now with more regularity than we saw at first.
And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That's his first foul.
And now only 1 away from being in the penalty.
Here's Lillard. Outside Covington. George against Powell. Back to Covington. He kicks it to Lillard. Lets the 3 fly.
Oh, that's just a great defensive effort there by Beverly. He is all hustle.
And Morris has got the ball here for the Los Angeles Clippers. Trailing by 2. George with the ball. Now Covington defending. Jones the pass to Covington. And that comes off the assist by Jones. Covington's got his first points in this one.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here. And you look at Robert Covington, first team all-defense in 2018, the kind of versatile stopper that every team in the league could use.
Zubats kicks to Beverly. Shot clock at 3. And he uses the glass on the layup. Beverly's got 6 points.
When Beverly gets these shots inside, he's just remarkably efficient. He just has tremendous touch on these shots.
And Covington may be not a star, but he's a winning player. We've seen that.
And the perfect example of that 3-and-D role player. Can guard 4 or 5 positions and can definitely sling it from outside.
Outside, George. And there's the big-time jam as he slams it right over Nurkic.
And putting his explosive athleticism on full display there. George is capable of some highlight reel dunks.
Powell, the pass to Lillard. The feed to Covington. That's good, and he's now 3 for 4 from the field.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
Beverly dishes to Leonard. And then Leonard with the dunk.
And with a good mix of power and agility, Leonard can throw it down with the best of them.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Lillard against Beverly. Steps back and fires. It's good on the putback. And the Trailblazers lead by 4.
And good luck trying to keep Nurkic off the glass. I mean, using his brute strength well on the offensive boards.
George way outside. Can't connect from long distance. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game. All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. Their field goal percentage was a robust. And that does it for our half.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Paul George really making a difference here.
In that first half, he was a hot knife, and the defense was butter, sliced right through them.
He did a great job of attacking the seams, getting to the rim, and then finishing strong.
On the court for the Trailblazers, they've got Jones. Norman Powell is out there with Damian Lillard. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic, and it's Covington in at the power forward position. Here's Jackson. Passes it to Kennard. Cousins with it. Great D that time from Nurkic. Trailblazers leading by 6. Powell, the pass to Nurkic. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. Here's Lillard. An easy 2 points on the layup. And now an 8-point Portland lead.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third. Powell against George. Hits the J after faking out the D with the quick up fake. George has got 10 points in the game.
And the mid-range jumper really right in George's comfort zone. When he isn't blowing by guys and finishing at the rim, he's knocking that one down with consistency.
Tries from 16. The putback. There's Nurkic putting it right back in. Nurkic has got the lead up to 8 now for Portland.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Kept alive. Great D that time from Nurkic.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
Covington kicks to Jones. Feeds to Nurkic. Leonard with the steal. Inside. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. 6 points for him.
Just phenomenal awareness by Beverly, just dishing the ball to the wide open man easily.
Lillard finds Powell. Back to Lillard. Shoots the 3. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. Greg, is a broadcaster, who have been some of your favorite personalities to cover?
Man, that's a great question. You know, most of the stars, I'm a big fan of Durant and Steph and LeBron and those guys. Chris Paul's another one that's a favorite. So many other guys, you know, there's so much more personality and so much more confidence these guys have working in front of the camera. I think that just makes for a better experience.
Somebody asked me the other day, who is my favorite? You know who I said?
Who was that?
Greg Anthony.
Oh, you're just saying that because it's true.
Here's Cantor. McCollum outside. Here's Simons, guarded by Jackson. Here's Cantor. Goes up again, and the layup is up and in.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
1:27 left here in the third quarter. Jackson misses. Trailblazers leading by 8. One-on-one here. Here's Giles, and they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
That'll get you a pat on the back from your teammate McCollum. Unselfish and aware, picking out the perfect pass.
1:16 left to play in the third. Outside Jackson. He's looking for Cousins and finds him.
Oh, man, in these screen and roll plays, Jackson is just exceptional. Just reads the defense well and delivers remarkable passes to his teammates.
McCollum outside. No good from outside. Clippers trail by 9. Clippers moving the ball around. Back to Cousins. To the inside. Outside Jackson. He dishes it to Cousins. Stolen by Cantor. And now Portland on the break. McCollum with the ball. Count it. McCollum's got 6 points.
Yeah, and the blinding quickness right there on display from McCollum. He excels at leaking out and capitalizing in the open floor.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Jackson misses. Portland leading by 11. Here's Simons. Pass to McCollum. Over Kennard. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And so it's the Portland Trailblazers. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. Right back after this break. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, it's also called making a good read, understanding where everyone is and taking full advantage. Fantastic.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. We've got Luke Kennard. Baca is out there with DeMarcus Cousins. And there's Jackson, and it's man in at the 3.
And with a bigger role, Kennard continues to blossom, an efficient, intelligent scorer who plays to his strengths.
Simons, the pass to McCollum. Here's Simons, the pass to Giles. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. Cantor's shot is off.
He's done a lot of the little things to help put them in front. But his offense has not been there for him tonight. Kennard kicks to Zubats.
Back to Kennard. Over Cantor. It'll go. The Portland lead is cut down now to just 7 on the basket from Kennard.
Oh, a deadly, decisive shooter. Once Kennard gets a good look he likes, he ain't going to hesitate.
McCollum feeling it out a bit.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Kennard, the pass to Beverly. Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
And the second free throw, good. And here are the Trailblazers now. They've led by as many as 11 points. McCollum against Kennard. McCollum passes to Anthony. Back to McCollum. 6 on the shot clock. And the call will be against Luke Kennard. And that'll be his third foul so far. And so here's Portland. Looking to get on the board here in the fourth still. Outside Leonard. 2 points. That one goes.
Not afraid to get physical there. Leonard makes the shot in spite of the contact.
Simons surveying the D. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
So Portland ends up going with the new group.
And they've controlled the glass throughout this game, but it's still close.
Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. Clippers trail by 4. Leonard on the wing. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth.
He's got bad shots. This is the time to work the ball inside to get the best shot possible.
Oh, wow!
Nice! Never afraid to get a little fancy with it. Covington's leaping ability allows him to pull off insane dunks.
Beverly against Lillard. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to be on Yusuf Nurkic. He hits the first one, and that brings them within 5. 12 free throws, good from Beverly.
Nice work there. This is a point in the game where if you get a chance to close the gap, you've got to make the most of it.
Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. Back to Lillard. Over Beverly. Lillard misses.
His effort level is there. You can't blame him on that. He's working to get good shots. It's just not connected.
Bernard up top by Powell. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
You got to be more disciplined against elite shooters like Bernard. I mean, as he relishes opportunities at the line.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
Clutch. Those free throws turn this into a one-possession ball game.
And here's Lillard. He brings it up for Portland. A 2-point game. 1:15 left in the fourth quarter. And that one drops for him.
That's why you give Lillard the rock. When it's an important possession, you know he's going to rise to the occasion.
Beverly with the ball. Shoots over Lillard. And it's Beverly missing.
That's high-quality defense right there. Reading the situation, reacting, and making that a very tough jump shot.
Covington kicks to Lillard. Foul for 3. A putback, and Covington stays with it. And now a 6-point Trailblazer lead.
But what a calm player. I mean, Covington, even in high-stakes situations, he feels comfortable firing away.
Here's Beverly, and it's sent back by Lillard. Offensive rebound, Zubats. It falls! And now they trail by just 4.
There's that passion of his, battling with every ounce of energy he has.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Outside, Jones. It's Powell on the wing. Trailblazers moving the ball around. They grab their own miss. There's Nurkic putting it right back in.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
This is no let-up. You know, this is the kind of hard-nosed competitiveness that wins games.
Kennard for 3. Misses the shot. And so it's Portland winning this one. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's good.
Thank you.
It's now a look at Dallas's starting lineup. Hardaway and Porzingis in at the forward slots. Josh Richardson out there with Luka Doncic. And it's Marjanovic in at the 5 spot. And for Portland, Robert Covington out there with Norman Powell. Then it's Damian Lillard. Then it's Little. And it's Nurkic in at the 5. Now here's Powell. Back to Lillard. Lets it go with a 3. It's hauled in by Porzingis.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Yep, it counts.
Boy, KP wanting to dish it when his guys are open. I love that team first attitude on display.
Lillard dishes to Little. Back to Lillard. Knocks it loose. Hardaway with the steal. And here's the fast break. Richardson leading the way. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
You know, you look at Hardaway Jr. right now. I think efficiency is everything. Should be the priority for him. I think he has the talent, no doubt, but just needs to play to his strengths a little bit more.
And so Lillard will bring it up for the Portland Trail Blazers. 4-point game. To the left side wing. Little with the ball. Now guarded by Porzingis. Here's Covington. Mavericks with the rebound. Doncic left side. And the shot falls short this time.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
I remember when Doncic was first asked, who is your favorite player? And, boy, he did not hesitate. LeBron James.
Hey, Greg, for guys of his generation, that would be the answer for 80 to 90% of them, and with good reason. How about these quotes from Doncic? He said, if I dunk on LeBron, I can retire. But I like this one a little better. He said, LeBron can play in a lot of different positions. I can too. But for me to be like LeBron, I have to work much harder. That's a guy who knows his stuff.
And here is Powell after Luka Doncic hitting the 3. And it's Lillard on the follow.
Great job of crashing the offensive glass. He stayed with it. That's hard-nosed, tough basketball.
Doncic looking it over. That doesn't go either for Doncic. The Trailblazers have gone 2 of 6 from the field. Here's Powell. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Now, here's Marjanovic. Here's Richardson. And a slam dunk by Richardson.
Yeah, Richardson's got a nice vertical now, and you saw it right there.
And here in the first, about 3 minutes in. Little passes to Lillard. Releases. And that one's good. His second basket of 4, shooting 50%.
What strength from Lillard. Just not allowing the defense to have the last word.
The 3 for Doncic. He can't get it to go. Now Portland takes it the other way. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. Great positioning on the putback.
Oh, big time putback there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder.
And night in and night out, that's what he provides.
Now here's Richardson. From the wing, buries the jump shot. Doncic has got 7 points in the game.
Boy, that's a recipe for disaster, fellas. Allowing Doncic to get comfortable from this area, forget about it.
Now here's Little. Defense right on him. Lillard attacking. The rebound by Marjanovic.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Doncic trying to get open. And it's good off the back rim and in.
Boy, how about the move there from Hardaway, showing off another aspect of his game with the ball handle.
Little kicks to Lillard. And looks like the illegal kick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
Yeah, I agree. You know, sometimes that can be a tough call for the refs to make, but not that time. It was easy there.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Now here's Porzingis. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Richardson got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. To the paint, here's Giles, and he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
And guys, I like the fact that he chose the one-hand tomahawk slam.
At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Mavericks lead by 1. From Portland, we're back in a moment.
I think in the past, anytime I got...
Greg, this is why they say there's no substitute for experience.
And I agree. And, you know, sometimes guys need to learn to be more selfish at times. You also learn, if it ain't broke, keep going with it. Ride the hot hand.
And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And what do you think, guys, about Dallas here in this one?
They've gotten to the line with tremendous consistency here through the first period.
Yeah, this is how you can keep a crowd quiet, though. I mean, methodically score at the line and take some of that energy away from the fans. They don't like to have the action stop and the opposing team scoring.
Anthony is out there with Giles. Then it's Enes Kanter. Then there's C.J. McCollum. And it's Simons in at the point. They're the group the Portland Trailblazers will start the second quarter with. You know, Greg, we know there's some power finishers in the NBA like Giannis Antetokounmpo, but he complains a lot that he needs to sell contact rather than muscle through it. How do you evaluate those kind of power finishers in the game?
Well, I mean, there's still power will always play a role, especially when you can add in quickness and athleticism. And I think you start right there with Giannis. I mean, he's kind of epitomizes that. LeBron obviously is still in that category. And a guy like Kawhi Leonard, he can send you into the stanchion when he gets going downhill as well.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
Pass to Redick. There's the pass to Powell. 6 to shoot, and the foul on Carmelo Anthony. That is his first foul of the game. A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. It's Redick on the wing. Over McCollum. Rebound by the Trailblazers. To the middle. Here's Kanter. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. And now a three-point Trailblazer lead. And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. Powell finds Brunson. Has to call his stop. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And Dallas going with a whole new group out there. Lillard attacking, and that one is good. Lillard's got 6.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Doncic passes to Hardaway. Passes it to Doncic. Fires the three. Bangs home the trifecta. Doncic has got the game tied up here for Dallas.
Boy, you better get out there on this guy. Doncic is prime time for real from that three-point line.
Back to Lillard. Covington. And Covington stays with it. Covington's got his second bucket.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Yeah, still close, but with their tough play on the boards, we're certainly seeing the effort.
Here's Hardaway. Solid play on the low block, and that one's good. He's got 6.
Boy, Hardaway Jr. is a competitor now, showing you some real toughness. He's not going to give you an inch. He's going to fight you to the finish.
Pass to Covington. Back to Lillard. He dishes it to Covington. Portland needs to get off a shot. Shot clock at 2. There's the 3. And it's Lillard again missing.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
So they take the lead. And the Mavericks lead by 2.
And the lead should be safe if they can keep shooting the basketball like this.
Yeah, they're cracking. Absolutely cracking and looking to pad that lead.
Here's Lillard. And no good that time. Nice D from Doncic.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
We've got 22 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Porzingis finds Marjanovic. Back to Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Man, I like how close Porzingis gets to the rim. I mean, he knows when he's this deep, the defense really has no chance to keep him from dunking.
Floats it up there for Nurkic. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
And you could see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other.
And I tell you what, guys.
And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. It's
the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good. The first quarter for the Mavericks was fairly even. They ended the period holding on to us. And that...
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. You have to like what you're seeing from Luka Doncic.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of him.
On the floor for Dallas, they've got J.J. Redick. Dwight Powell is out there with Willie Cauley-Stein. Then it's Jalen Brunson. And it's Finney Smith in at the 3. Nobody near Lillard. No good on the triple.
Not a whole lot going down for him at this point. He just can't buy a break.
Finney Smith passes to Powell. Here's Finney Smith. And it's Norman Powell with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. And the Mavericks with some changes. Zinkis, he's checked in for Powell. Richardson comes in for J.J. Redick. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Jalen Brunson. To the right side. Finney Smith passes to Porzingis. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Richardson for 3. No good on that one. Now Portland takes it the other way. Three-pointer, Lillard drains it from beyond the arc. Lillard's got the first points to start out the third quarter for Portland.
And this is peak Dame. Rising, firing, one of the more confident shooters we have in our game.
Doncic kicks to Porzingis. The 10-footer. Basket good. Porzingis has got 6 points.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth, physical basketball, guys.
Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. Greg, you and I have talked about how the NBA Finals used to be tape delayed. What's the value of fans getting to see the broadcast live now as opposed to tape delayed as it was back in the 70s.
Isn't that weird to even think that that's the case?
I know it.
You know, I think, Kev, that the fans, they just feel more connected to their favorite teams, the end players. It creates more anxiety, right? Because nowadays there's nothing that can happen that you don't know about it, whether you see it or not. So live sports, especially the NBA Finals, the anticipation, that anxiety that we talked about, man, I'm still a fan to this day in a different way. So I can only imagine when you have a personal vested interest in the team, what that's got to feel like.
Edge of your seat, you're right. And that one, good.
If there's a weakness in your defense, McCollum will find it. Reads the floor exceptionally well.
A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Now here's Brunson. He's guarded closely. Back to Redick. The pass to Finney-Smith. Turnaround Jay. That one off the back iron and out. For Portland, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half.
And where Finney-Smith really made strides last season, his consistency from range.
And you know, Greg, it was really his defense, the work ethic he brings, the effort level. I mean, that's always been there. I watched this kid play in college, and that's always been part of his package. But as an NBA wing, you've got to be able to knock down shots and help space the floor if you want to find your way into the lineup. And to Finney-Smith's credit, he's done that and has become a valuable part of the rotation.
Here's Nurkic. They get it back. Second shot opportunity. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. An outstanding defensive play to earn the mobile one block.
And you can see the mindset he has. When the game's this close, he's going to bring it at that end of the floor.
And here are the Mavericks now. Dallas has gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Finney-Smith passes to Powell. And it's McCollum in the corner. His three-pointers off the mark. And here's Redick. He'll bring it up for Dallas. From deep. Finney-Smith passes to Brunson. Here's Finney-Smith. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. From downtown, up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Boy, intensity always a good thing, and Powell brings it solid at getting after offensive rebounds for his team.
Simons, the pass to McCollum. Here's Simons. Brunson covering. Cauley Stein with the defensive effort. The Mavericks leading. Left side, Redick. Stolen by McCollum. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Over to the wing. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Here's Giles. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
Exactly. I mean, when you're running neck to neck, those kinds of mistakes tip the scales.
Six seconds left in the third. Redick with the three. That one, no good. It's all tied in Portland. And we're coming back in just a moment. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far with this fourth quarter. Sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. We've got Anthony. Ennis Cantor is out there with Giles. Then there's McCollum. And it's Simons in at the one. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers. Cantor with it. Now guarded by Redick. To the paint. And the dunk by Powell.
How about that? Redick showing the same kind of accuracy on that pass as he has on his three-point shots, which is quite remarkable. That's how you drop a dime, though.
Giles kicks to McCollum. And that's a foul called on Dwight Powell. That is his first foul of the game for the Trailblazers. Collins checked in for Harry Giles. Norman Powell comes in for McCollum, and Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Lillard. And Lillard throws it down.
Don't let his height fool you. Lillard can rise up with the best of them.
Dallas shooting really well. 54% from the floor. Doncic passes to Porzingis. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
You know, they want the ball in his hands here because they trust him to hit all the big shots.
Powell against Richardson. Collins kicks to Powell to take the lead. Porzingis with the steal. The drive by Doncic. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Portland trailing here. Anthony with it. Hardaway picks him up. Anthony dishes to Lillard. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. Lillard against Richardson. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Damian Lillard. That's his first foul. Jones checked in for Anthony. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. Doncic outside. Fires it up. Porzingis passes to Doncic. 5 to shoot. Step back shot. Here's Marjanovic. Porzingis finds Richardson. Now here's Marjanovic. Back to Richardson. Doncic outside. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
You know, guys, I think he's got...
Proof positive that Lillard is worthy. That's talent you can build a franchise around.
Doncic outside. On the wing, Hardaway. Back to Doncic. From deep three-point range, and Cantor pulls it down.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
And he's got to find other ways to contribute then because his shot making is not happening right now.
Top pass to Porzingis. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Knowing his team needs a hoop, Porzingis says, I'll get it done.
And it's Lillard with the ball. He brings it up for Portland. So far in the fourth quarter, they belong to 6 points. The rebound by Marjanovic. Marjanovic has got 5 rebounds tonight. And Doncic, here we go. Hardaway kicks to Doncic. On the wing, and that's off the glass and in. And it's a 4-point Maverick lead.
And he just seems to always deliver in the clutch. And he's got it going right now. That's who they want taking the big shot.
Lillard misses.
You know, to cut deficits, you got to be making smart basketball plays out there. Taking care of the ball. It's not done by hoisting up bonehead threes like that one.
Doncic finds Richardson. And it goes out of bounds. That went off Porzingis.
You know, that's just sloppy basketball giving away a possession. No real reason for that turnover.
Dallas making a switch here. Powell's checked in. There's 42 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Looking to get it going. Money! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Boy, and just look at what Damian Lillard is doing.
They'll be trying to take as much time off the clock as they can.
Exactly. Expect to see longer possessions from this point on.
Collins against Doncic. 4 on the clock. Powell kicks to Doncic. With the shot. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Here's Powell. Can't cash in. So it's a narrow victory for the Mavericks, pulling out the... All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight, folks.
Thank you.